I think here we pretty much use just a traditional technology, and I wouldn't even call it a building technology. In the bamboo theater, it was just a very easy to bend the bamboo, the live bamboos, and to weave them. It's like you're not building. You just work with existing material, and then I would call it a weaving technology, and it's also very traditional, very local. But you know the process of how we make the bamboo theater, right? We have the villagers, they make the platform, and then they just use the rope, right, to drag, to bend the bamboo, the live bamboo, and with this type of bamboo in the mountain, with their flexibility, it was very easy to bend them, and they would still be growing under this condition. Yeah. So no, I think in this piece it's more a landscape, to create open space in a landscape in a bamboo forest, and it was very. If you call it a construction, it's also very simple and easy construction. But then we see this as an architecture as well, because it has the foundation, the bamboo roots. That's very strong system under the ground. So it's as strong as a foundation for the building. And then with these bamboo, they come together, and they function as the structure too. And with the bamboo leaf, growing on top, it's almost like building surface. So it creates this space in the landscape, in the nature. Yeah, we see it as metabolic architecture. How do you say that? Metabolism. It's like a metabolism architecture. But it's interesting because it's really a live creature. Every year you have to get rid of the dead bamboo, but then to add in a new bamboo, the new live bamboo into our structure. Yeah, that's the whole story with the bamboo theater. You really have to find a hidden logic before you start design. You're not designing from like nothing. You have to find the hidden, how do you say that, the context in each project. But I always refer to this as a doctor. You have to diagnose first, right? You have to diagnose the symptoms first before you give out a treatment. So this requires architects to carry out a lot of research work before you started the design. And I think at some point the design itself becomes the strategy to respond to your research. In our rural projects in Songyang County, we call this as architectural acupuncture. So this is a Chinese medicine, yeah. I think you will learn a lot of method, right? The method to design. But I would say there's also a very important role for the educators to encourage students to start with hands-on work, to touch the real scale, the real making of architecture, of space, to start this type of work from very beginning. I think I didn't have, to be honest, I didn't have this kind of education when I was in school. It was always drawing, on the table, and with my experience in past 5 years in the rural region, in the villages, I found that I learned so much. I really learned a lot, and I think from the local making of architecture, that at some point, you, like from time to time, you didn't really need the drawing. You just work on site and you improvise on site, right? Like the Bamboo Theater, they didn't need our drawings at all. And yeah, so I think to be in the real making of architecture, to learn this, or how do you say, to train or exercise, to build up this sense of real making of architecture, I think that's very important if you want to be a real architect. Yeah. That's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.